Uh, Hi. I'm looking at your resume right now. So, do you want to make a brief introduction about yourself?
Sure. So my name's Liam. I'm going into my senior year at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. I'm a computer science major. Um, right now, over the summer, I'm working at Mathworks as an intern. At Mathworks, I'm working as a part of their JavaScript infrastructure team. So I'm working on supporting JavaScript and JavaScript build and Webpack at Mathworks. In terms of my interests, I'm interested in going into web development, front end and full stack web development. So yeah.
Nice. Glad to hear that. So, why do you want to join our company, or why do you want to choose as to be a software engineer?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've, always liked problem solving, software engineering, just being able to sort of create a product, from scratch and get it, out as something that, can help people. And so I think that the mission of your company really sort of aligns with my values in terms of what I'm looking for in getting the experience and the culture that I really want when it comes to developing software.
All right. So I noticed that you are using the JavaScript a lot during your internships. So in terms of JavaScript, do you want to describe its feature or what and some of its applications?
Sure. So what I'm working on, at least at my internship with JavaScript, is supporting the JavaScript build infrastructure. So what that means is MathWorks has like a lot of components that have JavaScript as a part of them. And whether this is local desktop, JavaScript desktop components for MathWorks, or whether this is MATLAB Online, web components, these JavaScript components have to be all taken and built and bundled. And so what I'm doing is I'm supporting, or what I'm trying to work on is upgrading their version of Webpack, which Webpack sort of bundles all of their JavaScript code together. Upgrade that from Webpack 4 to Webpack 5. There's efficiency reasons, just more things supported, more features in Webpack 5. One of those features that I'm working on is module federation. Module federation allows multiple components to share modules between each other in sort of this monolithic front end, app or front end, deployment, which is really convenient. So it supports stuff like micro front ends where you can, have small components, whether it's React components or just data shared between multiple different applications. So that's sort of what I'm working at MathWorks. In terms of other JavaScript, I've worked on a couple websites. So front end with CSS, Bootstrap, a little bit of React, and then back end stuff as well, stuff like an SQL server, PostgreSQL, and all the APIs for a RESTful website.
Okay, that's a wonderful experience. And I have a small question for you, which is very easy. If you have enough time, if you solve that very fast, we can continue to another. So here,
Sure.
will send the link in the chat. Yeah.
Okay, and
Are you
I'll
able?
share my screen.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay. Let's see here.
What language do you prefer to use when solving this
What
problem?
language?
Yeah.
Let me take a look at the problem. Okay. So merge to linked list.
Do you want to, adjust your screen so that, it's pretty small on my side?
Oh yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry. I have a big screen here. Is that helpful?
Yeah, that looks better. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So two linked lists and merge them together. I'll do this in JavaScript just because that's what I've been working with recently, and that's comfortable for me at the moment. All
Yeah.
right. So let's see. So going into this, I guess my first thought is all right, let's see. I think if all right, let's look at the constraints real quick. Okay, so 0 through 50, so they could be empty. So just for edge cases real quick, if there is no list 1, we're going to return list 2. And this might get combined into something else, but for now, okay. And if they're both empty, yeah, that should work fine. Okay. So I'm going to then while work here, let
Can you describe your idea when solving this problem?
Sure. So my idea is I'm gonna start with sort of the smaller of the two lists, and then I'm going to iterate. And if the sort of the head of the other list is bigger than the current node of the smaller list, I'm going to insert the node of the other list, basically.
Okay.
So you know, while I have some, you know, next node, or let's see, or I think just while this exists, if is less than, okay, I do need the a larger 2. And for now, that can just be the opposite of this. Yeah. Okay. If smaller is less than larger value, we are going to do smaller equals smaller dot, and maybe keep track of some previous node here. Okay. Let me think about this. I feel like I'm overcomplicating it.
You have to notice that, you know, the output list, the length of the output list is the sum of the list 1 and list 2. And, you know, if you want to do it this way, you can, you know, maybe initialize a new list and, you know.
Yeah, so my idea was to, it says here, you know, the list should be made by splicing together the nodes of the first 2 lists. So yeah, so I guess, yeah, I guess what I can do is I can, just disregarding this stuff for a second, make the head is going to basically be this, smaller value. And then if list one something like that. And then,
I think you are approaching the right answer.
yeah. So else this is larger, then we're going to do list two, and then list two equals list two dot next. And then so after this is done, that means that one of these is null. So we've reached the end of at least one of them, but probably not the end of the other one. So if list one, we're gonna, we need to keep track of, we need to be able to return the head, but we also need to be able to traverse. So we need some traversal node, which can equal head. And then we actually want traversal.next. And then we want to set traversal equal to traversal.next. So then we still have access to this head node, and we want to do next equals list one. If list two.
Actually, the traverse equal to traverse the next, you can put it outside of the if condition. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because no matter what, we are going to be doing that. Yes. All right, so I guess we'll just take a look here. Oh, do I have to sign in? The only reason, okay, I'll try signing in. I don't know if I've done this problem before. No, okay, it looks like we're good. Yes. Okay, so traversal equals traversal.next. Cannot read properties of null. Okay. So traversal is null for some reason. It might be because I'm not sure if
I think when you initialize the head, do you need to make it the smaller one of the list one or list two, or you just
I think it should be the smaller one. List one dot val, list two dot val, list one, list two. I guess we can see here because trav should be the same as head, at least on this first loop. Okay, so I guess it gets through the first loop and then it goes to next. And trav.next equals list one, list two. Okay, so head is 1, 2, 4. Interesting.
Yeah, I think the main while loop is pretty fine. Just need
It's
to,
close, yeah.
yeah,
So 1, 2, 4, and then 2, 4, and then 4, and then we hit null. Okay, so it's almost there. It's just when it gets to one of these positions, it's pushing on a null. Oh, okay. So this actually, list 1 is less than list 2, while list 1 and list 2. Let's just double check list 1 and list 2. See what those look like. Those should be traversing through. Oh, those are not. List 1 equals list 1 dot next.
maybe take a look at the error. It should be probably give you some hints. Why
Yeah, well, so yeah, I know Trav is going to null here, or from earlier, I know that this is going to null. What I don't know why is why these are not going through. Is list 1, and then list 1 should update to list 1 dot next. And I don't know why it's not. For example, here we have some before list 1 and after list 1. And we can see, oh, it didn't get there at all. Okay, so it's not doing that at all. Okay, so I wonder, okay, I think I know what it is. One of these has to have a less greater than or equal or less than or equal because we have this 1, 1 thing going on.
Yeah.
So I think that was the problem there. There could be another problem, but let's see. Okay, found cycle. Oh, that's not good. Found cycle. Is there any standard? Oh, I see. List 1 equals list 1 dot next.
I think check the head. So head, you initialize heads with the smaller one of the two lists. So
Yeah.
when you go through this while loop, how will it change? So yeah.
So as we go through the while loop, if there's something left in both of the lists, we're going to
Yeah.
look at which one is smaller. So in this case, is list 1 less than list 2? If list 1 is less than list 2, that's going to be the next element that we're going to push onto our push into our new list. That's what this trav.next is supposed to do. Is supposed to push on that node. And then this one should go.
I'm thinking that you need to initialize the head. Heads to the next should be null initially. So because you need to initialize trap the next equal to either list 1 or list 2. So but here you already have values here, and I'm not sure if that's a problem. Or let me check the return condition real quick. Return. Or maybe you should return head to the next. I'm not sure. You can try that.
So I think there's an issue in here where now it's finding some cycle, which is not a good thing. And that,
I think the while loop is, I think I would divide this way, but I think there's something wrong either with the initialization or the return statement.
yeah, okay, so let me just be explicit about this because I think that shouldn't be an issue. I believe null is a falsy value, but yeah, it appears that there's some like infinite while loop going on here. Yeah, so list 1 and list 2. So those should be traversing through, but they're not. One, two, three, four, 1, 3, 4. Okay, so this is where we're having this issue. Okay, so yeah, list 1. I see. Yeah. Okay. So I think you're right about this initialization.
Yeah, what I would do is to create an empty list because you are giving value to the empty list.
Yeah. So
yeah. I think the list here is objects. It has 2 fields, a value at the next.
Yeah.
Right?
So I can do a new list node that has a value of, and the value is here. Let me grab this statement because no, actually that's fine. I can just initialize it to a new list node. And I do need to put something in there. Or maybe I can just do. Yeah, so I'm trying to do this in place. I'm not trying to like make a new list node every time. Because it says it should be made by splicing it together.
Yeah. But maybe you can try to do this way first. There are definitely some easier ways to do that. I'll give you hints later. Yeah, you can finish this one real quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's really close to the right answer.
I don't know if this actually works. Let's see. I think this.
I think you just need to initialize the the value with a arbitrary value and the next with null. That's all you need to do here.
Okay, so something like this.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And then okay. Oh wow. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
You're right. All right. Okay. So and let's just, I'm gonna remove this log and then run it through the big one. Yeah, you can see I've done this before. I've just forgotten.
Yeah.
All right. Not bad.
Yeah. Yeah. One easier solution is to write this one recursively. The recursive solution is very important. In your algorithm course you'll learn.
In general, I try to avoid recursion because of the extra stack calls. Is worse for memory, but I think that might get optimized away under the hood anyway. But yeah, I prefer iterative solutions in general, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, that's yeah, that's yeah, good performance so far. Do you have any questions about our company?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, okay. I will notify the results to in like 5 business days. and,
All right.
that's a good experience so far. And hope to see you next time.
Okay.
Okay. See you.
All right. Great. Thank